I'd really be fully immersed in the language, fully immersed in the culture, relatively independent, and that's what BCGS offers.
It seemed like a really good program. There was a very high requirement for getting into it.
I decided to choose a program in Berlin, and I wanted to choose the most challenging program that was available.
The program is structured such that it allows students to grow personally and develop a sort of sense of independence that they've never had to encounter before in a college set, in a traditional American college setting.
It's a program where, yes, there are resources available to you. There's a lot of help if you need it. It is a structured program, but at the same time, you're left to figure out a lot of the city, a lot of the culture and the language on your own.
The structure of the program is fairly simple. It starts out with a 6-week full intensive language and culture program. The students are living with host families. They're speaking German all the time. And then they start taking classes at the Freie University in German with other German students. Spring, there are 2 courses offered by BCGS. Carmen Miller teaches a class, the academic director teaches one, but a majority of classes will be at the Free University with other German students in their field.
I would say the best thing about BCGS is the structure of the program. It's unique, I think, compared to other programs because at the same time it's incredibly supportive and structured, but also gives you the freedom to immerse yourself and live in Berlin, and it gives you the opportunity to take as much or as little as you want of the program's help, but at the same time is there for you.
I would have loved to do the whole year, but I think transferring credits is sometimes challenging, but now that I've been here I feel like it would be worth it to just put in the effort and to see if it would really work out.
Now I see more possibilities in front of me thanks to the program, and so I think the program also teaches you to see this as an investment and not just as a one-time experience that you put in your photo album.
There's a lot of support from the program.
I love the support system.
You have all the help that you need. You have the writing consultants who help you with your papers, your presentations.
The writing consultants program, for example, has been invaluable.
I think it's one of the best parts of the BCGS program. Normally within the year we meet once a week.
We're doing a workshop about how to write a Hausarbeit, like a German thesis, actually it is, I think.
And we talk about whatever I'm working on at the time, so it can be my Hausarbeits, my essays, or it can be an article that I have to read that I don't understand, or we also sometimes just talk about things that I've heard during the week that I'm confused about and I want to know like what it means or how I use it.
I feel like I also have the perfect balance where I feel very comfortable, and no matter what happens I feel like I can handle it and I have people on my side.
We get people there who are able to participate in German. I've observed the classrooms, I've observed the students themselves as they've been there, and they speak German. They speak German all the time, and they're able to speak German with their families, with their friends. They understand what's going on. They're writing papers in German with a facility that really is amazing to me.
Our students end up taking courses in philosophy, they take courses in economics, they take courses in a range of disciplines, and back to your change of perspective, to learn your discipline in another country through that other lens opens up your own undergraduate experience back at your own institutions.
For me, I'm a literature major, or German literature major, and so I was able to take so many more classes here than they have back at home, where the choices of German literature are sometimes even greater than that of the English literature back home. I'm
an economics student as well as a German studies, so while I was able to take some economics classes like game theory and even a class related to Karl Marx and his economic theories in a modern day perspective, I also took some German history classes, which was very interesting because although I was already familiar with German history, you never really get a full picture of it unless you get it out of the perspective of another nationality. So while we may have taken a World War I, World War II history class in the United States, taking one of those classes here gave me a completely different look on it, and hearing what actual Germans had to say about their own history was a very, very interesting experience.
I'm a professor of microeconomics here at the department, and this semester I'm teaching game theory. And game theory is interactive decision theory, has many applications, not only in economics but also in political science, in biology even. Yes, we are closely connected with the 3 regional institutes. We have one institute of Latin American studies, we have one institute for Eastern European studies, and one for North American studies.
Now we're seeing more and more students with an interest in the natural sciences, and of course Germany's been a leader in those fields forever.
Basically only took philosophy courses, which may have been a smart thing, but also a very challenging part because they're all in German, and German philosophers are crazy.
Mein Name ist Detlef Otto. Ich bin Language Director. Wir in den Kurs eingebaut haben ein sehr interessantes Kulturprogramm. Das heißt, einmal die Woche gehen wir mit unseren Studierenden raus. Wir haben sehr interessante Tendenzen im Theaterbereich, sehr interessante Tendenzen im Ausstellungs- und Museumsbereich. Man kann aber immer noch sehr gut studieren die deutsche Geschichte. Und zwar in einer Weise, wie es wahrscheinlich in keiner anderen deutschen Stadt möglich ist.
I'm also teaching a class in the spring semesters on the American perceptions from Bismarck to Hitler. It's a course about stereotypes and also about German-American relations during that time.
Mein Name ist Thomas Lehmann, ich komme aus dem Fachbereich Chemie. Ich habe Chemie studiert und bin jetzt hier im Fachbereich Biologie, Chemie, Pharmazie tätig und betreue Studierende im organisch-chemischen Praktikum.
My name is Katinka Wolter and I'm a professor of dependable systems in the Computer Science Institute, and I teach subjects such as computer networks, dependability and distributed systems.
My name is Susanne Scharnowski. Every summer I'm teaching a course on film in the GDR, which combines history of film aesthetics as well as political history of the GDR and the connection of film and politics, especially in socialism.
I'm Oliver Jans, professor of modern history at the Friedrich-Meinecke Institute. We have specialists for ancient history, the Middle Ages, for the early modern period, and of course for the 19th and 20th century.
Studying at a university in Berlin is challenging. But it's the kind of challenge that our students, our BCGS students, really thrive on.
Was ist Blogpost? Ja. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Was ist Blogpost?